I sent you the video.
The video
of snow in Arizona.
Yes, yes, yes. And you're gonna do it. So
I'm ready to rock.
Yeah, I'm ready to rock.
I am. I'm ready to rock. Hey, how's it going? It's Steve Lane, and this is producer extraordinaire, Mr. Jay Soto. And we're gonna talk about how this came to be, how this project came to be. And how did the Steve Lane project originate in your mind, as you recall, Mr. Soto?
Oh, wow, geez. Well, we were trying a whole bunch of different things years back. What, about 5, 6 years ago?
I think it was 7.
Might be 7. Wow.
Yeah, it was 7 years ago.
We were embarking on some new project, kind of like a bluesy rock kind of a thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And kind of Joe Bonamassa.
Yeah.
Meets I don't know, maybe a little John Mayer or something. But what, you know, some little harder edge there.
Right. Right.
Know? And yeah,
because we bumped into each other online. I answered an ad. You're looking for vocalists. You want to do like a blues rock kind of project, and all about Joe Bonamassa. And at the time, I hadn't really delved in. I hadn't really got into his music yet. And because of you, I got in. I'm a super fan now. Yeah. And as we started to, as I recall, you already had some instrumentals, and you already had a couple of guitar melodies over the instrumentals, and you wanted me to see what I could do with those. And I was listening to one of them, and I was like, "Oh, this is great, but can you give it to me without the, without the melody, the guitar melody on the top of it?" And I don't know, it just kind of blossomed from that point, I thought.
Right, yeah. The music bed was pretty much there, basic, bare bones form there, but you ran with the lyrics, and we kind of went back and forth a little bit on lyrics and melody, but eventually, what was the first song that we really thought, okay, we got something here?
Okay.
It was that.
They didn't really have names yet.
Yeah.
It's like song 1 and song A.
Yeah. There was a boat song, the one about
Rum.
Rum.
It wasn't called that yet. It was like Pirate, or I don't know.
Right.
And that's still there. Yeah. I mean, we still have it. We haven't messed with that in a while.
Definitely a southern rock kind of feel to it.
Can't wait to dust off the other ones.
Right.
We met online. I answered an ad, and you had this fantastic music. It just didn't really, and you were already working with someone that just didn't take shape. I remember you had like a female vocalist that you were starting to work with.
Exactly. She definitely had kind of a bluesy rock, kind of a voice. Local gal here in Phoenix.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, things didn't quite pan out there. So you were next. You came along. I was like, I remember you sent me the demo. I asked for a demo. And
I sent you the video.
The video
of snow in Arizona.
Yes.
I wish it snowed in Arizona instead of DC. On the desert of Sonora, down right here with me. Oh, 'cause they
Yes, and I remember checking it out, and me and my wife Trish, and we were both listening to it and going, okay, this is refreshing. Okay, this guy's got the goods vocally. He's got the he's got the strength and the little bit of grit. You were clean, but then you could get gritty when you wanted to. So I was like,
but clean.
You're gonna need that. Yeah, exactly.
And then we were messing around with DeSoto and Lane. Remember that?
Right.
We were trying to think about a name for this.
Right.
So for about a month or two, we were DeSoto and Lane.
Exactly. DeSoto was sort of my my alias or moniker, whatever you want to call it, at the time, and I was going with. And at the time, I was doing this sort of a Yanni meets Trans-Siberian Orchestra kind of a thing, heavily orchestrated. And thank you. Yeah. So I ended up releasing that album, but didn't go the direction I was hoping to go with that. But yeah, I still had that. But that name DeSoto was like, okay, this is cool. I think this will work, for our duo rock project.
Right. And then I kind of coined the term Black Canyon Rebel, which I'm still going to use. I still own that name.
Right.
And still like to use it. However, we were Black Canyon Rebel for like another few months.
Right.
We were this, we were that. And finally we just decided on, you have your career, and then we've got this other project over here.
Exactly. Yeah.
At the end of the day, I found both of us getting into something that was kind of new ground, even though we've loved rock our whole life. I've just never really recorded rock before. I know you have, but I've never really recorded just straight ahead rock before, you know?
Yeah. Love it. I'm known as a smooth jazz guy, you know, and that's sort of the image that I have out there. And I, you know, love jazz, love contemporary jazz and whatnot. But I tell you, you know, I was a rock and roller growing up. And I was in a Kiss tribute band, and I'm sure you had your bands, you know, as a kid, you know, when you were growing up.
Oh yeah.
And stuff like that. So it's definitely in my blood. So yeah, it you know, would have been a no-brainer to go that route. But yeah, I had to kind of, you know, back away from that a little bit and just sort of wear the producer hat and just say, you know, Steve, just run with it, man. You know, it's just do it, you know. Do your thing. So,
it felt good.
Yeah.
I mean, I love
sense.
every minute that we spent together, either composing or recording or collaborating in any way, was just awesome to me. It was it was the best experience I had musically with anyone ever. And I've worked with a lot of people. But when it came to that point that it's just like, well, we're not really, I've got to be Jay Soto. And I was like, well, I got to be Steve Lane. So why don't we just be Jay Soto and you can be Steve Lane? And so that's really when I think it all came into focus for me personally, and that's where I kind of found my why at that point.
Exactly.
You know,
it makes total sense. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
You know, moving forward at this point, it feels like, okay, now, you know, things are starting to take shape finally, and like you said, it's starting to. The reasoning, you know, the goals, it's all coming together. You know, before it was, and it's always that way. It seems like, you know, starting a project, and the clarity isn't there yet. You have the dream, you have the desire, and as the music takes shape, as you start the production process, by the time you finish it, and now we're done with it, you know, ready to go. Now it's like, okay. This is you. This is your image. This is who you are. This is who Steve Lane is, and you have something to grab onto, to wrap your head around. You know, you have that traction now.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that was missing. So, you know, all the pieces are there. So good things are coming, man.
Yeah, good things are coming.
So,
it's been a long time coming. That was maybe your first album. Long time coming.
Yeah, 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I've listened to that album many times.
Yeah.
So we've been literally, or I have been more than you have been, literally sitting on these great songs for a little over 7 years.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I mean, literally just sitting on them.
Right.
And I've always been scared.
Right.
You know, it's always like this, it's like this great thing, and my wife was always hounding me about this, like, why haven't you?
Right.
It's just like, I was never ready.
Right.
I was never ready. I was always scared, or always had some BS excuse that I kept feeding myself. There was always something in the way. I always manufactured some type of an obstacle or a reason, and it's all BS. You know, it's all just, it's a joke.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, I mean, no, not sure about the joke part, but because it's part of the growing experience.
Yeah.
So you have to embrace that. You have to go through that, and you know, it definitely means something. But yeah, but the thing is, you transcended that. You found a way, a reason to, you know, to go beyond where you were stuck in the road. You know, and I know a lot of people in my life, you know, friends that have, you know, lots of talent, lots of great songs, productions, what have you, and they sit on it, and that's, you know, it's not going to play itself on the airwaves. You know, it's not going to, you know, it's not going to be on stage and perform the tunes for you. You have to do it, but yeah, usually it's a fear. You know, it's a fear, and once you get over that hurdle and you're going through it, it's like you're there now. It's, you know, then it's no holds barred. I mean, you know, you're gonna do it. So
I'm ready to rock.
Yeah, ready to rock.
I am. I'm ready to rock. I mean, I say this a lot when I'm on camera. That rock and roll is in my blood, and
Right.
I live and breathe rock and roll, and it really is my favorite thing outside of people and faith and whatnot. It's my favorite thing. Really, I wish music could adopt me. You know, that's how I feel. I just
Interesting perspective.
yeah,
Like
you know, it's like, oh, I just wish I could live inside of rock and roll.
Right.
It's just, it's more than, yeah, I just can't even really put into words how much I just absolutely love it.
Yeah, well, it's in your soul, and you know, mine as well. You know, and even though we were both brought up on the greats, you know, back in the
All the
day,
great
doing
stuff.
R&B and Motown and other styles of music, jazz, fusion, what have you. So we're joined at the hip in many ways musically.
We're both music nerds.
Yeah, pretty much. We are.
Geeks when it comes to music.
We're just missing the Coke bottle glasses. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
But we're
Well, I still have mine.
music nerds.
I still have mine.
But this guy is a walking encyclopedia of music for
This guy's
rock.
a walking encyclopedia of theory. Make no mistake. I can look at a music textbook and no, that's wrong, to get some marker.
Well,
So there's still quite a few songs in various stages of production. So there's plenty more to come. You know, we're far from finished.
no shortage there.
Yeah. So there's a lot more music coming, and I'm very excited for what the future's going to bring.
Oh, me too. I can't wait to see how your career blossoms and grows, and it's gonna be awesome, man.
Like a growth.